Yeah, what's up with y'all? What's up, Roman? Y'all know how we do this from time to time. So today, praising games. So game volume is gonna be all the way down, and we're gonna listen to some service. So y'all stay tuned, and we're gonna get it going. All right, give me a moment here. Thanks, Roman. Let me get it going for y'all. There we go.
Situation where what God did is so much different than what you thought he should do. That is Psalm 77. I remembered you, God, and I groaned, not shouted, groaned, not clapped, groaned, not danced, groaned. I remembered you, God, and I groaned. I meditated, and my spirit grew faint. People will tell you all the time how much they've grown, but they won't tell you how much they groaned so they could grow into the place where they are today. This is the process of becoming a person that God can use, and it is not easy. He said, my spirit grew faint. You kept my eyes from closing. I was too troubled to speak. And then verse 5 gives us the entire problem, not only with the psalmist, but with ourselves. I thought. Everybody say, I thought. I thought about the former days. Justin, do I even have to say it? Circle I thought. Circle it for everybody in here who's having doubtful thoughts. Circle it for everybody in here who's having fearful thoughts. Circle it for everybody in here who's having petty, jealous, petty, jelly thoughts. Jelly thoughts, we're calling them right now. Circle it for everybody in here who is dealing not with an external threat and maybe not even a personal sin, but with a I thought. Now, when I read this at first, you're going to be like, he did the right thing. This is what you're supposed to do. This is what we teach in church, that you're supposed to go back and remember. If you're in a season right now where you don't know what God is going to do, just remember what he did. And that's what it sounds like on the surface, but I want to dig a little bit because I've been waiting 2 months to preach this message, and I'm going to preach it today. I thought about the former days when my jeans fit a little looser. I thought about the former days when my hamstrings worked. So I thought about the former days when I didn't need these readers to look at my Bible and this size 67 font in order to preach it to you. I thought about the former days, the years of long ago. I remembered my songs in the night. My heart meditated and my spirit asked, what's wrong with any of this? It's an I thought. I remembered, verse 6, please, my songs in the night. My heart meditated, and my spirit asked. Now watch what happens when it starts with me. Verse 7, this is what you get back. When you send out an I thought, this is what you get back. And you know what? You can't block an I thought. Not with your fingers. You have to deal with it. And the psalmist is putting it all out there for us today, which gives us permission to know that we can feel emotionally confused and still get spiritually strong. Watch what he says. It gets worse before it gets better. Will the Lord reject forever? Will he never show his favor again? Has his unfailing love vanished forever? Has his promise failed for all time? Has God forgotten to be merciful? Has he in anger withheld his compassion? I thought, and that's what came back. And what I heard the psalmist saying today, and I wonder if it's true of you, he says, I thought, I suffered, and I thought, I thought back over the best days of my life, and I thought they're behind me. I thought about the things that I would love to see God do for me that he's done for others, and I thought, well, I guess he just doesn't want to do it for me. I thought it was through. I thought that my experience of God had completely dried up. I thought he didn't love me anymore. The psalmist said that. I didn't. So if you've ever felt that, you're in the Bible. I thought that God had taken his hand off my life. I thought he had just given up on me because others did. I thought it was through. And you see in this passage what they call the 3 P's of negative thinking. I'm going to be talking to you over the next 6 weeks about
3 P's
I thought.
of negative
I'm going to be talking to you about 3 ways of negative thinking that you may recognize in your life. They're all here in the psalm, and we'll come back to them a few times, but I just want to point them out to you. He says, will the Lord reject forever? Will he never show his favor again? Has his unfailing love vanished forever? I thought it was through. I thought it was gone. I didn't see his footprints in the sand. Y'all ever seen that little poster on the thing? Did you ever see butt prints in the sand? That's another one. You can look that up another time. He says, I felt rejected. I thought it was never going to come again. Now that's strong, saying never. That's strong when you think that he will never show you favor again. And he said, I thought his love had vanished. And they call these the 3 P's of negative thinking because they're traps. And it's when you take something that happens to you and you make it personal, rejection. It's when you make it permanent, never. And it's when it becomes pervasive, vanished, everywhere. It took everything away. It's completely ripping through your whole life. It's one thing to have a problem and you've got it in a corner, and this is the one thing that I'm dealing with in my life. But you know the enemy has you in an I thought. When it becomes personal, the Lord rejected me. There's something wrong with me. It's fine to be disappointed because somebody didn't want to be your friend. It is another thing to assume that they are worthy to be the Olympic figure skating judge of your life, and then you stop putting yourself out there because you think that somehow they have the stamp of approval to give the human race, and that they know just from their virtue of their own goodness whether or not you're worthy. And now you've got yourself isolated because you took it personal, and there may have been something that they were going through that was so dark that if you would have known that, you would have given them a hug and said, I'll send you a Christmas card. But now you've got it personal, permanent. It's never coming back. It's always going to be this way. It will never change. I'm never going to be able to go a week without doing this. I am never going to find anybody who gets me. It's permanent. It's going to stay this way forever, and it's pervasive. It's when you can't celebrate the kid that's doing good because of the one that you're worried about. It's when you can't celebrate the health in your body because of the hell in your mind. It's because you're in an I thought.
That was good.
He said, I thought it was through. I thought the dream was through. I thought the vision was through. I thought the relation, I thought my joy, I thought my very joy in life was through. It's an I thought. And if you're there today, let's start there. I thought it was through. There are some things in your life that may very well be through. That's why you can't dwell on, I thought about the former days. That's why you can't watch Andy Griffith reruns and wish again for wholesome entertainment and curse this Love Island that this crap these kids are watching and the devil is taking over a generation. This is an I thought. But the Lord, y'all are laughing like y'all been watching it too. I thought it was through. I thought the best days were behind me. I thought, and I want to show you something that's really helped me. It's something that he said in verse 2. And, he said, when I was in distress. Everybody say distress. Distress is a normal part of the Christian life, just like it's a normal part of the human experience. Distress in and of itself is not a problem when I was in distress. The promise that God makes is not to protect us from distress. The promise that God makes is not to keep all pressure from coming on our lives. The promise that God makes is not to make sure that he always takes us the long way around any problem. The problem is when the distress becomes despair. There's a difference. Distress is, this hurts, but I have hope. Despair is, this hurts, and I have no hope. Despair is dangerous. Despair is hurt minus hope. Despair is looking at the situation saying, never, vanished, rejection, personal, permanent, pervasive. I thought the psalmist said, not that this is just a difficult season and I got to get through it, because we all had those. Not this is just a bad day and if I can make it till 5 o'clock without cussing anybody out, I can keep bringing home a paycheck and not get kicked out of this house that I'm behind a month on anyway. It's not if I can get through this. It is this all there is? Despair is, it's never going to get better. That's where the devil wants you. It's never going to get better, and you'll always lose your temper. It's never going to get better, and you will always be a failure. It's never going to get better, and you are always going to be too loud, and you are always going to be too quiet, and you are always going to be too short. Did you ever think maybe God made you short so you could fit through little doors? Okay. Now, if this is where the psalmist starts, we have got to do something today to get you out of this. If despair is dangerous and distress isn't dangerous, you can go through a lot of things. You've been through a lot of things. You've put up with a lot of things. Tell your neighbor, I'm tougher than I look. Tell them again, I'm tougher than I look. Tell them, don't let my pretty smile fool you. I'm tougher than I look. I'm tougher than I look. I took a licking and kept on ticking. I'm tougher than I look. I'm like a weevil. I wobble, but I didn't go down. I'm tougher than I look. I've had some challenges to my faith. I've had some questions about God. I'm still here praising. In fact, that's my 2-word testimony. When I can't think of anything else to praise him for, still here. Somebody shout, still here.
Still here.
It'll folks, still here.
Still here.
It's still here. Wondering about it, still here. Peace isn't. So what you've got to do, child of God, is never allow distress, which is temporary, to become despair, which says forever. And the devil specializes in turning distress into despair, to get you so clouded by one conflict that you have forgotten your calling. Who am I preaching to today? God sent this word to disrupt your despair. Hear me. God sent this word to disrupt your despair. Every I thought that has been telling you you will not make it. Every I thought that has been telling you you are not worthy of God's love. The cross made you worthy. What does it have to do with your behavior? What did it ever have to do with your behavior? It's about his blood. I call you worthy in the name of Jesus. I call you healed by his stripes. I call you forgiven, and his favor is coming to your situation right now, into your room, into your home, into your wound, into your family, into your business, into that thing that the devil told you. It's through. It's through. Give up. It's through. Quit fighting. It's through. Don't go back to rehab. It's through. Give up on it. Just manage the addiction. It's through. It's through. Just walk away from it. It's through. Just move to another city and start over the same stuff all over again till it catches up with you. It's through. Leave. It's through. But I found something for the trap. I found a truth for the trap. For everybody who has been in an I thought, and I know you know the one I'm talking about. Don't make me start prophesying. The I thought. The one that starts with you and ends with misery. You know, every thought that starts with me ends in misery eventually, if it doesn't involve God. So what I noticed from what I read from Brueggemann and some of the other theologians that I was looking up, he said, I thought about the former days, and I thought it was personal, permanent, pervasive. I would ask God to help me with the problem, but God was the problem. I didn't know where to go. Now, I kind of lied to you when I set the sermon up. I said I was going to share a verse that I read that meant a lot to me right after Elijah got out of the hospital. And I am, but it wasn't the one I read you when I started the sermon. It's one, it's a little sniper verse. It's a little sniper scripture. It's like you could just gloss right over it. But remember how bad of a state this guy was in. What's going to turn it around for you? What's going to turn it around for us? What's going to break us out of these patterns and traps of thinking that the devil says, never, all? What's going to break us out of this limited view of your situation that can't find God in it because you have gotten so blurry in the battle? And so I told my mom, I said, I'm going to be reading from Psalm 77 to preach this week. And she likes when I give her a little head start. Well, she sent me back a picture of her Bible, open to Psalm 77. She's like, I already beat you to it, preacher. I'm trying to do her voice when I do that. I already beat you. It was a text, but that's how she would have said it. And I said, bring that Bible, because I want to show you something. All right, get my camera. This psalm, it's not Psalm 23. Everybody knows Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. It's a relatively obscure psalm. You see how she had that circled? She has that Psalm 77 circled like a serial killer. It's like, and I realized why. She's got it all underlined. I said, bring the Bible to church. I got to show the people something. She was circling everything in this Bible all the way down to, has his unfailing love vanished forever? Has his promise failed for all time? And then on her Bible, that's the part where that page ends. I told her, I was like, that's not the best part of Psalm 77. She's like, yeah, that's what I was reading right after your dad died. Thanks a lot. I said, yeah, no, that's a good part of Psalm 77 too, obviously. Things. But I said, read the rest and hit me a couple hours later. Now, my dad died of ALS. It was over 10 years ago. And it was in June of 2013. And this psalm meant a lot to her during that low time of her life. And so she was reading it like we do, and we come to this place. I thought it was through, and she had just lost her husband. She had just lost him after caring for him. It was an atrocious, atrocious disease. But what I want to show her and you today from Psalm 77 is in verse 10. May this change your life. May this break your pattern. May this bring you out of the trap. Because he said, I was stuck in I thought. Watch this. Then I thought. That's the whole sermon. Then I thought. Circle it on the screen, Justin. Then I thought. No, circle then I thought. Because the first thought wasn't the right thought. Then I thought. I thought, and I got stuck in a loop of I thoughts. Then I thought. Verse 10 is the hinge where everything changes for this psalmist. Verse 10 is the hinge where everything can change for you and I. Verse 10 is the hinge that depression doesn't want you to know about. Verse 10 is the hinge that the devil wants to hide and delete off of your Bible app. Verse 10 is the hinge that the devil doesn't want you to turn to. Because after all of that, which is real, after all of that, which is a part of being you, after all of that, I thought it was through. After all of that, he says, then I thought. Let's see what he thought next. To this I will appeal. The years when the Most High stretched out his right hand. I will remember the deeds of the Lord. Yes, I will remember your miracles of long ago. I will consider all your works and meditate on all your mighty deeds. Go back to verse 10. Then I thought, to this I will appeal. The years when the Most High stretched out his right hand. Go back to verse 2. When we started with these I thoughts, he was saying, when I was in distress, I sought the Lord at night. I stretched out untiring hands. Who stretched out? I stretched out. I can't do this much longer. I don't care how many interior raises you do in the gym for your shoulders. You can only do this so long. And is it possible that the reason you are so faint in your faith and so weary in your worship and so discouraged about your destiny, and the reason that you think that is through is because you have been so focused on this? God, I can't give anymore. I can't do anymore. I already feel so stretched. God, I feel so empty. I feel so unseen. I feel so uncelebrated. I keep stretching out my hands. I keep putting myself forth. I keep taking my next step, but you're not there. Then, verse 10, then I thought, I'm going to appeal to a higher court. Instead of thinking about how I'm doing this, let me think about the years when God stretched his hand. And when I start thinking about how he stretched his hand, and I forget about my hands, suddenly my hands go up in worship because I remember that the battle is not mine, but it belongs to the Lord. Hey, thanks for stopping by my YouTube channel. I hope you were blessed today. If you were, share this with somebody. Like and subscribe and leave me a comment. Let me know where you're watching from, what we can pray for you about. Hope to see you back here again really soon.
That was awesome. All right, you guys. Praising Games, as y'all know, we definitely gotta listen to a service with no video game sound to it. Just a segment within itself. I thoughts. It definitely could lead you down a negative path. Especially if you don't have that belief and that faith in God. There's been a few times where that has happened, and sometimes you just gotta reset. And when they say let go and let God, as usual, what you gotta do, you gotta put your faith in God's hands, and put your problems in God's hands, and watch Him work. But don't allow your thoughts to bring you to that permanent space where he's speaking about the 3 P's. Don't let those thoughts be a permanent thought in your head, like I'm terrible, I am bad, I am negative, I am not good enough, I am the worst. Like, you got to take those thoughts out.
To the left wing.
So yeah, if y'all got any situations, any times or something like that y'all want to talk about, holla at your boy.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Anderson.
All right, big salute everybody. Appreciate y'all who stayed tuned in and listened to the praise. I haven't done this in a few weeks, so it was nice to be able to do it again. So won't be on that long. We got places to go, places to be. So yeah, salute everybody. Salute.
And the timeout called here by Tyronn Lue. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
During that last break, Coach Tyronn Lue had some advice for the team. And he was adamant that they need to tighten up their D. That lack of communication at that end has led to breakdowns, wide open shooters, and easy buckets. He sounded pretty frustrated, guys.
Now we're going to try and lock in.
Thank you for that. Wallace the screen. Pass to Robinson. And the Dunk by Robinson.
I understand we're seeing some high-powered offense, but you've got to put up a little more resistance than that.
Come on now, look. Sit back and enjoy the fireworks. Nothing better than good offense.
Down low. A nice shot by Anderson. Anderson's got the game tied up here for Cleveland.
And the D not really doing his job for a little.
I've seen that happen too. Like it's the same thing every time.
Fundamentals, guys, using the one-hand slam.
Well, he makes the basics look pretty exceptional.
I'd suggest that he stay with those basics because we got a tight one here tonight.
And they pick up the two.
Tell you what, I
Really
could
just
watch
gotta
this
get a
and
good
move in this
stop.
movie all night long. Irving doing a nice job getting his team quality shots.
And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent. Both teams will make substitutions. And here is Billups. Oh, it's the screen. Here's Robinson. Here's the dunk.
As high as he's getting, they have to plan on bringing the double team every time he touches it.
All right, we'll take a look now. Now the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Pistons.
You know, all game long, they've imposed their will on the interior, scoring a lot of points in the painted area.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shots at this stage, never mind a layup. Come on now. My goodness.
Clock at 4. Takes the three. He'll tip it.
Yo, come on, man.
Wallace to make that hoop, but Ben being fearless doesn't get phased in the middle.
Come on, man.
An aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think.
That's exactly how you send it. Two hands and down.
And taken away by Wallace. Robinson puts in. Strong move off the glass.
You said you wanted to drop off some stuff, right?
For both teams, the offenses having no
Any lull in the action so far has been short-lived because there have been nothing but buckets in this one.
And the call is going to be, yes, it is an illegal screen.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it. And, you know, we've come to expect this from LeBron James, guys. I mean, when his team needs a bucket, he rises to the occasion.
Oh, what a finish. Huge bucket.
I think the roof's about to come off this place.
James. LeBron going to work inside.
Well, they're having major trouble dealing with LeBron.
Stolen by LeBron. Now Thompson.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
Well, that was 1-2. He wanted the ball. Nobody else was taking it away.
That's cap.
Come on, Big Wallace. You're ridiculous.
Guys, it's come down here to a very important possession.
No room for error.
Here's one. Shoots the
I'm gonna leave him wide open. Come on now. That's Kevin Love.
Love, a poised leader willing to step up and knock down the big shots.
Now Curry.
Look, he's looking too close for the inside. That's where this problem lays, right there.
And now
He's
we've
looking
got
too close to get to the bigs. Have Billups, a sniper, wide open. Sniper, wide open. I was busy praising the Lord. I couldn't stay locked in like that. I was locked into the sermon.
And so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game.
No, I'm talking to the people.
Talk about much in the clutch. Big trip to the line there.
Time call here.
Good game though. That pick and roll game is dangerous, especially with Ben Wallace. Ben Wallace runs that to perfection.
And I don't think they'll be able to climb out of this hole.
Really good game.
Working on their 60-second drill, even if it doesn't pay off
It really
tonight,
came
they
down
put
to the last 2 minutes.
And you can see where they're coming from by fouling to stop the clock, but really they're just getting
Okay, I see you.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this
All
game
right.
is
Oh
over.
gosh.
They're the only ones
There
who
goes that.
don't realize that.
Yeah. Why gotta make that
Stretches their
sound?
lead to 8.
Sound like you're goggling water. Ugh.
And now they decide to foul
Let's
it.
go. That's a W. That's a W. It's only 0.7 to go, so. I mean, you would hope nobody can make a comeback in that time, right?
Really won. He's got one more though.
That's a miracle.
No good at the strike this time.
Good game.
Second misses also. We see the Cavaliers get the win here. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time GA this one.
All right, y'all. I gotta change my clothes and get ready to go. But again, if y'all don't take anything from that sermon, make sure you don't keep yourself in a negative space with those negative I thoughts. Okay? Don't do it. Stop saying, "Oh, I suck at cooking." Stop saying, "Oh, I can't get myself out of this space." Stop saying, "Oh, I can't make enough money. I can't get this bird or get this chip off my shoulder." Like, don't put yourself in that space to where you make those thoughts permanent. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all say y'all prayers, give praise to God. And remember, you don't carry that load by yourself. All right? You do not carry that load by yourself. God is with you. Make sure you still maintain your faith and keep pushing yourself forward. Don't get caught up in those I thoughts, all right? But y'all know what it is. Your boy 1C Slim, a.k.a. Christopher Knox, a.k.a. Mr. Hashtag Body Bag. This right here is Still Maintain Gaming, where we hold our own. Salute. Praising games, y'all.